Hello dear IFLA colleagues. I'm Christine Mackenzie. I'm the President of IFLA, the International Federation of Library Associations. And Priyanka has asked me to do this short video to talk about where I think the future of libraries is heading in this post-pandemic era. Well, we're not in the post-pandemic yet, are we? We're still in the pandemic. And so I've gazed into my crystal ball, and these are some of the things that I'm thinking about. Of course, I'm going to just leave the whole health issues aside because they're just too big to contemplate, really. And I certainly do hope that you and your families are all staying well. And So the next thing, apart from health, everyone being well, is around the economy and what impact that's having on our countries and on the whole world. And every country is going to be hugely impacted by the costs of this pandemic, by all the shutdowns and all the industry closing down and all these sorts of things. So that's going to have a big impact coming out of it. On library budgets and on funding for government. And so we really need to start thinking now, and we'll probably have to do more with even less than we do now. The next thing that really is going to impact, I think, is the psychology of this. It's a very strange way to live. It's not how we live normally. We don't normally stay inside our homes and not see anybody and not go to work and work remotely and do so many Zoom conferences and things like that. And so people, I think, will take a while to adjust again to what we are used to as what we would call normal life. And I think we need to be kind to ourselves and think about that as well. And then the other big impact, the challenge, is what it's doing to our societies and how so many institutions, including, of course, libraries, have been closed and how that's impacting on community life and how people are feeling. So there's a lot of difficulties that we're going to have to negotiate coming out the other side of this. But on the other hand, there's some good things too, and there's some really interesting trends appearing, I think. And the first thing that it's really forcing people to be innovative. People are having to think of new ways of connecting, of providing services, of staying in touch with their communities. And there's all sorts of, when you're on social media, you see so many great examples of what libraries are doing around the world. So many virtual story times, so many Ask a Librarian virtual sessions through Facebook and things like that. And so people are really being very innovative in what they're doing and in the services they're offering to keep connected with their communities and to keep connected with their colleagues. The other thing I think that's good is that it's bringing us closer together because everyone in the world is being affected by this. There's not many things that affect everyone in the world at the same time. And this is certainly one thing. And so it doesn't matter what country you're in, where you are in the world, everyone is being impacted. And we're all going through the same thing. We're all anxious. We're all being asked to stay at home. All these things, we're not going to work, lots and lots of things like that. And I think it's bringing us closer together, and I hope that stays. I think it's really highlighting the importance of continuing our work with the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. And I know that's a big focus of what you're doing in your IFLA work. And I really encourage you to keep doing that because it is so important. And I think that in your region, it is particularly impressive what you're doing around the SDGs. And it continues to be important for IFLA, and once we get through the worst of this crisis management part of this process, I know that there's going to be a lot more emphasis again on the SDGs and what we can do, because it's, as I said, it's just going to be more important than ever that we create a sustainable world following this pandemic. Professional development, there's a lot more, going back to that theme about innovation. I think people are thinking more innovatively about how they can continue their professional development, and professional networking too. And I'm sure that you've been involved in quarantining parties and Zoom parties just to keep in touch with people, not necessarily just with work, but also to keep in touch with people. So I think that libraries are going to come out of this stronger than ever. I think that the work that we do is just so important for our communities. I think that this whole time has shown how important community is, and how we need to work together to do things and to achieve things as a society. And I think that libraries are going to just again be at the forefront of community building and providing opportunities for people to read and to learn and to meet. I certainly wish you all the very best. As I said before, I hope you're staying well. I hope your families are all well. And please keep up the good work with INELI. Remember your networks around the world. And I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.